I'm Robert Markey, and today I am taking on the challenge of removing my dual lock from the bottom of my good power shell boots and power plate. Yesterday before skiing I did check, and I did have some problems before I skied. It's always good to check them periodically. So today I'm going to do the best I can in a short period of time to show you the steps that I take to remove the dual lock quickly and effectively and hassle-free, pretty much hassle-free. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's not too bad. So first of all, the first thing I do is actually place the ski and the power shell boots in the sun, and I'm going to place them in the sun now to let it heat up and to help speed up the removal process of the tape from the bottom of the plate. So as you can see, I have the tape and the backing heating up. It's much easier to remove when it's warmed up and hot from both the ski and from the bottom of the power plate. Here are a few products that I use to help remove the dual lock and the adhesive backing from the power plate and from the ski. And then what I use to clean the plate and the ski with, and to get it prepared for the new dual lock on both the plate and the ski. I use the Goo Gone product to help remove the adhesive backing from the ski only. I use the more powerful Goof Off to remove the adhesive backing from the bottom of the power plate. Do not use the Goof Off on the ski. It'll melt the lamination on the ski. So word of advice, do not use Goof Off on the ski, only on the binding, or you can use Goo Gone on both the binding, the bottom of the power plate, and the ski. Once I have the adhesive backing removed, I will use regular dishwashing liquid along with a cloth or a sponge with kind of a rough back on it, and to remove the rest of the residue from the Goo Gone and the Goof Off. I then use the denatured alcohol to thoroughly clean the ski and the bottom of the power plate. Last step in preparation for before I put the new dual lock back on the ski. I do use an ice scraper that is used for scraping windows that have frost and ice on them. I use this as a pretty dull edge to help remove the adhesive from the bottom of the power plate and from the ski. So that's about it. And be sure to use denatured alcohol and not rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol, I found, can cause discoloration. Okay, here we go. I just pulled the bindings out of the sun, and the plate is fairly warm. I wouldn't recommend trying to attempt this unless the binding in the ski is hot to the touch. It's really important to get the power plate hot, the ski hot, so this old backing will roll right off. One thing you got to be careful of is to change fingers, though, because when you're rolling this old backing off, you can actually get a few blisters. I really like the white backing or the clear backing the best. The foam backing actually leaves a lot more residue and is much harder to remove. Most of the time I can actually grab an end of the long strip if it's warm and very carefully start pulling it up without it separating too bad. Here it is separating a little bit. What I do, if it starts to separate a little bit as I'm pulling it up, and the plate isn't that warm yet, at times I will use a ice scraper. Attempt to do this here for you. I use a scraper for the windows, and as I'm pulling on it, I'm actually tapping the edge of the backing hope you can see that, slightly, to keep it peeling and keep it from tearing. And it's coming up, but of course it's a little bit of a challenge. It's not bad though. If I go too fast, it starts tearing away just like it did there. So I keep moving my ice scraper down the ski, and there it just tore away a little bit more. Really get it going here. I don't think my plate is warm enough yet though. It needs to be in the sun a little bit longer. It's not that hot yet. So what I need to do is put it back in the sun and come back and keep moving along with the removal process of the tape. Just be careful, you will get blisters on the fingers after a while of removing too much. Change fingers. Be right back. Okay, so we know we got to roll this one this way. Let's try this end and see if we can get this start to peel up in one piece better. Hopefully it will. Try to get it started at the end where it's coming up slow. I try to go slow. Some people like to go faster, just so the adhesive has a chance to release. And it's starting to separate there a little bit. If it starts to stretch too much, I get my fingers under there and work it a little bit. Keep moving along, and then this is where I may use a little bit of a ice scraper to help it move. There we go, had a little bad spot there, but now it's hopefully moving along. And the hotter the ski, the hotter the power plate, the easier that this will remove. If this was the foam backing, I'd have foam all over the plate right now, and this adhesive would not be coming up. And even if it does peel and doesn't separate properly, it can be rolled up with a thumb really easy, as you can see. So, okay, I've just basically peeled the white backing off of the ski. You got a little bit of residue here, a little bit. Just keep peeling it off with the thumb. I want to show you what the foam backing looks like on the dual lock. This will not peel off. So what I need to do with this is you can either use the Goo Gone on it, or only on the bindings themselves is the Goof Off on the power plate. Do not use this on the ski, but the Goo Gone can be used on both. So I need to soak this in the Goof Off or the Goo Gone. It'll release the adhesive backing, and then I'll be able to peel it off. It actually came off pretty well, just a few spots that I will need to touch up a little bit and clean up. You just, little spots just roll right off. Okay? It's soaked a little bit. I just can use a razor and scrape up the residue real easy on the ski. Here's a little trickier part. We'll see if we can get this peeling up. Nope, still on there pretty good. This stuff just doesn't want to come off very easy. I have to let it soak a little bit longer. It's starting to come up a little bit though. Okay, I put both the Goof Off and the Goo Gone to the test for removing the adhesive from the ski. And I must say that in my opinion, the Goo Gone is the winner. It actually leaves a nice residue for the adhesive to soak in, and it actually is removing the adhesive much easier than the Goo Gone is removing the adhesive much easier than the Goof Off. And it actually will stay in the ski longer and really soak in and remove the leftover adhesive. So really, I think the Goo Gone is the way to go on both skis. Okay, I've just finished shampooing the bottom of the power plate. Looks pretty clean. Now what I want to do in the last step of the cleaning process is to use denatured alcohol on the surface to take off any remaining residue to get ready for the new strips of the dual lock.